So can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So it becomes kitabi.
Can you, sir, please repeat the maful bihi point?
No, what I said was when the verb when the attached pronoun is attached, when the attached pronoun is attached to a verb, is always a direct object. It's always maf'ul bihi. Does it make sense?
Yeah, okay.
So again, another example is min bayti. So here, obviously, it's min. Normally, the thing is, what it's trying to say here is that, kitabi. What case is kitab?
Kitab.
Is it nominative, accusative?
Nominative.
Nominative, yes. And obviously, it's only taking kasra and ya because we said that because of the attached pronoun, right? It can't take dhamma, it can't take fatha, so it must always take kasra, right? So ba is taking kasra, not because it's genitive, rather it's normative, rather it's only taking kasra because it sort of has no choice. That's how the word is written. But here, for example, in my from my house, bait is genitive. Min bayti. So here again, it has kasra. The only reason, and what's the case of bait here?
Here, genitive.
Genitive. And the only reason we know that because of what's the word before it?
Because of the preposition. Yeah.
Because it is kasra here, is kasra there. So here is nominative, and here is genitive. The only thing that distinguishes them is the fact that there's harf jar before it, and there's no harf jar before that. Also, baytuhu, his house. So here is already telling you it says that attached pronoun is genitive. Genitive basically is mudaf ilayhi basically. So basically, then what we said before, we said when the mudaf ilayhi is definite, the mudaf becomes definite automatically. Right? Remember this? Because when we have
yes, correct, yeah.
Yeah, baytu rajuli.
Because mudaf cannot take al.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
If mudaf ilayhi is al, that means mudaf is also
yes, yes.
Yeah.
And obviously, if it's attached pronouns, all the attached pronouns are definite because they are referring to specific things or people. So when you say baytuhu, his house, it's understood that you're talking about a particular person. So what he's saying here is when the nouns come with the attached pronouns, they're always definite. So baytuhu means his house, which implies that he only has one house. So if you want to say one of his houses, if he has like multiple houses, you can say baytun, which means a house, lahu, a house belonging to him, which you could say yes, a house of him. So if you want to say if he has like many houses, and you say, oh, he went, or something like that, then you can just say. So for example, if you want to say he went, so you can say zahaba ila, he went to baytin lahu. He went to one of his houses. Because if you say ذهب إلى بيته, it would mean he went to his house, implying that he has one house because it's because bayt becomes definite. So you could say you could use the harf jar la, or you could use the harf jar mean, but then you have to say biyutihi. So baytun min biyutihi, which means we went to his. So it means a house from his houses, literally speaking. So it means you have multiple houses. Does it make sense?
So Baitun lahu means Baitun min buyutihi, is it?
So say it again.
Baitun lahu means is the other way of saying Baitun min buyutihi, is it?
Yes, both the same thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And the attached pronouns here it says that who, huma, hum, hunna. So the attached pronouns, it says huwa, huma, hum, hunna. They take the kasra in place of dhamma when preceded by kasra or ya. So if they have a ya kasra before it, you know, the who, huma, hum, hunna become he, hima, him, hinna. Okay, example are so here it tells you here the change of vowel from fatha to from change of vowels is purely, I don't know what this word is, but basically it has no connection with declension. It's not because it's become majroor or mansoob or anything like that. It's purely because you know of the written how Arabic is written and spoken. For example, here it becomes ilayhi. Why is it ilayhi? Because there's a ya before it. If the ya kasra before it, becomes he, because originally it was ilayhu. It was ilayhu because there's a ya before it, becomes ilayhi. It is purely for written purposes. And same with alayhi. It was ala plus hu becomes ilayhi, not hu. Why? Because there's a ya before it. So we said if there's ya kasra before hu or huma or hum or hunna, they become they take a kasra. The ha takes kasra. So for example, li kursiyihi. It's not li kursi. Here the ya there's a kasra before it. Li kursiyi. It's not who, it's he. Why? Because the letter before it, which is ya here, has a kasra. So these, I think, when you are doing English to Arabic, guys, you guys need to refer to this rule and make sure you apply it. So also, like for example, fi hima. It was originally fi and plus originally it was huma, but because there's a ya before it, it becomes fi hima. Again, qala li khadimihi, because the meme has kasra. Why does meme have kasra here?
Because of the harf jar lam.
Yes, qala li khadimihi. He said to his then ha gets kasra because there's a kasra before it. And also this is probably makes it be easier to understand because it says that you know when you say kum means them, plural, attached pronoun whom. Whom again, whom is attached pronoun, but the same word is used for normal pronoun as well. Or become kuma and who the meme basically gets a dhamma when the word after is hamzatul wasl. Why? Because he has to join directly onto the lam. So for example, wajada is not, it's normally was wajada hum. So it was wajada hum al yawma al yawma. But because this al here is alif here is hamzat wasl, so we get meme gets dhamma, so it could join directly onto lam. So it becomes wajada humul yawma. So meme join directly onto lam. So that's why you add dhamma. Both for kum and hum. And there are some more he mentions. Again, some of these are just, these are not grammar. This is like how the Arabic is written and spoken. These are changing because in Arabic, certain letters and certain harakas, they go better with certain letters and certain patterns. Because if you was to say li kursi yihu, it becomes a bit heavy. Li kursi yihu. So it's li kursi yihi. That's how Arabic works. Also, he says that min, when the first person attached pronoun, which is kasra and ya, is attached to min, it becomes minni. The noon gets a shadda. Look, it was min plus in this case you could say it was ni, because ni can sometimes be added to other than verbs as well, but normally it becomes minni because the two noons join, and the second one has kasra anyway. So basically, you same thing, and you say min ni. So you just write yes min ni. So also it tells you here that the ya we done before, which you're supposed to have a kasra before then we have ya, which means I. It becomes, instead of that, it becomes that, yeah. When before ya is unvoweled. This is the key, unvoweled, which means it doesn't have fatha, dhamma, kasra. Wow. So these are the words of, why are these words of, what do we call them? Yeah, these are huruf al-madda, right? These are words of prolongation, like a long vowels. So for example, we have ila. Ila means to, plus ya here becomes ilayya. The way it works is, one second here. So it was ila plus this equals. So what happens? We said if the word before it is unvoweled ya, because there's ya here, ila has ya, unvoweled, this is going to change to this ya is going to get fatha, right? So it's going to change to ila plus ya, right? When we have two yas and the second one has a fatha, so ila ya, so it just gets the shadda and it gets a ya, because what does shadda represent? Shadda represents two letters joining together. So if you open this up, ilayya is effectively ila plus ya. That's how shaddas work always. When you open shaddas up, the first one is because you say ilay, so you making this ya as a school, then you say ya, ilayya. Also, dunya. Dunya is, that's how it's written, not because it's accusative, but that's how dunya is written always. The world, right? And because it has a long vowel, a alif, dunya, then if you add ya, my world, it's gonna get fatha. Because it makes sense as well, because otherwise if you had kasra, how would you pronounce it? Because the last letter is meant to have kasra, right? Normally, but obviously these long vowels, huruf al-madda, they don't take fatha, dhamma, kasra. Okay, so then it's a bit of revision of the last chapter. Muallimuna means teachers. Muallimuna means the teachers. If you want to say your teachers, what happens? Muallimu is muallimuna, noon drops. Why does noon drop? What does noon drop, Burhan?
Sorry.
So it was muallimuna, teachers. It becomes muallimuka, your teachers. Why does noon drop?
Because it is a mudaf.
Yes.
It's a mudaf.
Sorry, okay. Can you turn it?
No,
Bakhtiar, there's a lot of background noise. Can you turn it off, please?
yeah, well, maybe I did not get this. Now it's.
Oh, no worries. Guys, one thing, it just when I'll call everybody's name, I'll try to call everybody. Just let person answer, because sometimes I'm trying to explain to the particular person and then move on to, if the person can't solve it, then move on. So give the person best chance to answer and try to work it out. So, in Burhan, if
Yes.
you want to say the teachers of Zaid, how do you say? Or teachers of Hassan?
Muallimu Hassan.
Muallimu
Hassanin.
Hassanin. Okay. Why does noon drop here?
Okay, because it's
Mudaf.
Mudaf. Okay.
Yeah.
Same. Yes.
So here same. So it says your teachers. So here yours, the attached pronoun is the mudaf
Muallimuka.
ilayhi. Yes. So same thing. So instead of saying teachers of Hassan, you're just saying your teachers.
Okay.
So this is mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. That's why noon drops.
Yes. Okay.
And so from my teachers, so Bakhtiar, do you want to do this?
Yes, min al-muallimin, from my teachers.
So explain what was it originally?
Muallimi,
So originally it was.
It is my. Yeah, for personal pronoun my.
So originally it was min. That's min is okay. So the other word was mualli, because generative min, because of min is mualli, mina, right? And plus my, which is ya,
For my.
right?
For
So what happens is, because this is mudaf, and when sign masculine plurals or duals are mudaf, what happens? Noon drops.
Yes, muallimi. Then it's become muallimi.
Yeah, but there's a lot of black background noise in your from your side. Can you go to a quiet area? Min mualli mina, right? The noon drops. So when the noon drops, it becomes min. It becomes mualli mi. Yeah. Okay, and then that changes to. Does everybody understand what I'm doing? So the two yas to come together. So it becomes shadda. Mu'alli miya.
Me.
Okay. So here again the ya takes a fatha. Because there's two yas which don't have a vowel. So them two to come together and the ya takes a fatha. So in some cases ya takes a fatha. Because you can't really say because if you say mu'allimi, because what happens if you just say mu'allimi?
It becomes my teacher.
Yeah, it becomes my teacher, one teacher. Mukhtar, are you there?
Yes.
Yes, brother. Yes, brother. That's a lot better.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Does it make sense?
Yes, okay.
After, do you understand this?
Yes.
Yes, sir. This part is unclear.
Yes.
Nilofer, you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you explained this to me. 2 feet is Ar-Rijlani. What case is this? Ar-Rijlani? Ar-Rijlani means 2 foot. What case is this?
Accusative.
Okay, is this 2 feet is what? Is it dual? Is it plural? What?
Dual.
Dual. And dual, when we have alif and noon, it's nominative. Marfu, nominative.
Okay.
And Rijlaini, when it's aini at the end, for dual, it's accusative and genitive. In same case, it could be accusative or genitive. So here, so Rijlaya tawilatani. Right? So you want to explain this to me? So why is it Rijlaya? What was it originally? Nilofer?
Rijlaini.
Uh,
Rijlaini knee drop out.
Rijlaini. What was it
From
Rijlaini? You say Rich Laini. You saying it was this?
Rijlaini.
Okay, first, okay, look at English. It says my 2 foot, right?
Okay.
So we know what does the ya represent here?
My.
My attached pronoun, yes?
Okay.
Okay. So what does that tell you? That then what does that tell you? Rich. What was the originally? What did drop here? What does drop? Because here
Knee.
knee.
Knee dropped.
Okay, so what was it originally?
Rijlaini.
But if a Rijlaini, if the noon dropped, it becomes Rijlay. It's not Rijlay here. It's not Rijla. It's Rijla. It's not Rij. Look, it's not when you if you saying what you're saying, it would be Rij. It would be Rijlay Yi. Rijla. Yeah. Okay.
Ya is also dropped.
Sorry.
Ya is also gone now.
No.
Where is ya?
What was it for Hannah? What do you think?
It's Rijlani, I guess.
Yes. Is it for Hannah?
I'm sorry. It's me, Afshin.
No. Okay. Farhan, are you there? Look, Nilofer, it was Rijlani first.
Rijlani.
Why was it? Look, there's a number of clues because we said Rijlani. What case is that?
Genitive
Genitive or
or accusative.
accusative? And can it be genitive? Is there a harf jar before it?
No.
Or is there?
So it will be it will be.
It was
accusative.
nominative.
Rijlani only.
Yes, it was Rijlani.
So only so la will left. Ni will
Yeah.
drop out.
For Hana,
Rijla.
yeah. Sadais,
Yeah.
where's
Nominative. It's
Shariza?
nominative.
Shariza here?
Nominative dual. Rijalani and then Rijala. I said it for personal pronoun.
Okay, yes.
The ya is attached pronoun. It has a fatha on it.
Okay, no. We move on to the next question now. We explained this, right?
What?
Does everybody understand this?
Yes, okay.
So it was Rijlani first. The noon dropped. It becomes Rijla, yeah. And I believe this is a mistake here. It should be At-Tawilatani. Why At-Tawilatani? Because the Rijla is definite. Rijlaya At-Tawilatani. Oh, sorry. It says my 2 feet, not my 2 long feet. It says my 2 feet are long, so that's fine. Do I need to explain this further, or people understand?
The ya is because of my, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
So can I try the next one?
Yeah,
Sir,
sure.
yeah.
Because I called Sadais. Let's try that. You could try the next one, Prentice. I like your confidence. Darabu Rijliya.
Yeah, Zarabu is like they hit, and it has like the subject is hidden inside the verb, and the Rijlain, it was supposed to be Rijlain because it's a accusative case as it's the object. So we have removed the physical noon, and that is why the ya is attached. So ya would have a fatha on it and a shadda. Because
Yes.
there is already a ya present, so that would give it a shadda plus a fatha on it.
Yeah, so it was Rijlaini first, like they said. So the noon drops, so it becomes Lay, and plus we have attached pronoun ya, Rijlaya. So the 2 ya joined together becomes Shadda, Rijlaya. Note my teachers, Muallimiya and Muallimu ya, the waw being replaced by ya when is then doubled.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, जो Rijlani तभी अब one 2 feet are lungs, that number, no? That way you said when 2 ya will be there, then it will take fatha.
Yes.
But here only one ya. Still, why my feet will be Rijla.
Where you mentioning? Which question?
My
This.
2 feet are long, na?
Yes.
That Rijalaya Tavilatani. Rijalaya.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because there is
will
not 2
fatha
years. There's not 2 years because it was what was it originally? It was Rich
only. Yes, only one ya.
Lani. There's no here is Rich Lani. So noon drops. There's Alif Rich La. There's no 2 years.
Yes, only one ya.
Yeah,
But
that's why.
as per rule, if 2 years will be there, then fatha will be there on ya.
Yes. No.
But now
No. If there's 2 years, then they join together. If both.
join together,
Yes.
then fatha. But if only one ya, then my ya kasra will be there. Then it means ye.
Okay. Why doesn't
Sorry.
why does Ya have fatha? because we mentioned above that when the ya, the I is before it is waw, alif, ya, the haruf madda, the
Okay,
prolongation,
Alif. Okay.
it takes
Yes,
a fatha.
yes. Yes, yes.
So then it mentions that it mentions that when my teachers, even in nominative case, my teachers, muallimu, normally would be muallimu Hasanin, muallimu Zaidin, he has muallimu ya, right? And he says that even when that's the case, when the waw and ya come together, this the waw changes into ya and it forms the shadda, it becomes mualli miya. It's not muallimu ya, it becomes mualli miya. There's a lot of like sort of tajweed here, to be honest. So you have to practice and get used to it. Okay. Afrin, you there?
Yes, sir.
So darabuhu, if there was no who, what would it be?
Darabuhu.
So if you didn't say hit him, if you just they hit, what would it be?
They hit.
Yeah,
It will be Zarabu.
with an alif, right? Darabu.
Yes.
That's what we said.
Yes.
So darabu,
Mm.
if you want to say darabu hasanin, we will say darabu hasanin. And I mentioned this earlier. But if you attach a pronoun, because it's called attached pronoun, it has to join directly, it becomes darabu with the alif drops. Darabuhu. They hit him. Okay, so this is probably the last couple of rules. So we done a lot of the verbs already. So we say he hit, she hit. Now we learn how to say I hit. So it becomes fatahtu. Okay, the key the ta takes a dhamma. The last word takes a dhamma. Fatahtu, which means I opened. Fatahta, you opened, masculine singular. Again, you have to memorize this. Fatahtu, I opened. Fatahta, you open, masculine singular. For feminist, fatahti. Fatahti. And for we opened is fatahna. So here the ending is tu. Sorry, is ta here for you, singular. Tu, ti, na. These are attached pronouns. These are just when we done fatahat, she opened. Fatahu, they hidden inside the verb. So whenever you say fatahtu, I is hidden inside. So I opened. So here it's not subject, it's not object, it's not attached pronoun. So if you want to say I opened it, how do you say? How do you say I opened it? So I opened is what?
Fatahtu. Fatahtu. I open it. Fatahtu.
Fatahtu who?
Who?
Fatahtu.
Yeah. Bakhtiar, you're gonna need to watch the first part because or first part and most of the second part because you missed that. We go to some important rules. So fatahtu means I opened. Who means it? I opened it. Bakhtiar, can you turn your mic off, please? And you opened fatahtum. Fatahtunna, you open feminine plural, masculine plural and feminine plural. We done fatahu before, right? They opened, masculine plural. Fatahna, they opened as well. So there's difference. What's the difference between fatahna? Them open feminine plural, and fatahna here the we opened. The we opened has the alif. So fatahna, we opened. And if it's fatahna, them opened. Does that make sense, everybody? So here is telling you, so if you want to show possession, like, if you say, he has or belonging to, you could use haruf jar. So we already done li. Okay, we done li, right? So when you say li rajulin baytun, a man has a house, or belonging to a man is a house. So li is used for possession, right? We done that already. Similarly, ma is also used for that, and in that is for that as well. For example, I think the first example you guys know because we've done it before. Li zaydin kutubun kathiratun. Zayd has many books. Okay, another way of saying belonging to Zayd are many books. Or you could say lahu, belonging to him. Lahu kutubun kathiratun. And here it's like, kutubun kathiratun is the subject and li zaydin is the predicate. Similarly, he says that the word ma'a awladi junayhani, the boy have £2. So literally it would mean with the boys is £2. So here he's saying is, when we want to say he has something, not only he owns it, but he has it with him. So here money which they have in the pocket, you're not going to say ma'al uladi baytani because the two houses are not with them. The houses are somewhere else, they're in the shops. But when the thing is with them physically, then you say ma'a uladi junayhani, with the boys are £2. Junayhani is dual alif noon of you probably learn it's a new word, junayhun, means a pound. Junayhani, £2. So the boy has £2. And literally it was with the boys. With the boys is £2. What does it mean? The boys have £2. Similarly in that as well. So normally, for example, if you say in dal shaykhi adadun min al khadimina, it means the sheikh has a number of servants. So again, you could say li shaykhi as well. Li shaykhi adadun min al khadimina, or in dal shaykhi adadun min al khadimina. And these you will get used to which one to use, where to use it and stuff with practice. And in that it means can also mean so in that means at as well. So if you say indi hasanun, so I am at Hassan. Oh, sorry, Hassan is at me. So you would imply is at my house. This is not very common, to be honest. This is more of in classical Arabic. That wasn't much used, even though it's used more often now.